Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of Days of Our Lives, which span from October 28th to November 8th, Sarah Kyriakis will be furious with Fiona Cook for evading hit-and-run charges. Since Philip has stopped the stock transfer to Kristen DiMera, the Titan conflict between him and Xander Kyriakis will also take place during the week of October 28th to November 1st. As an alternative, Philip will scheme with Vivian Alamain in the hopes of taking the Titan throne. Vivian will plot with Ivan Murray in the interim, which will lead to Stefan DiMera, Brandon Barish, becoming his mother's prisoner. Days spoilers indicate that Ivan will put Stefan in a car's trunk and go to Vivian's secret location, thus Gabby Hernandez DiMera won't be seeing Stefan again now that his departure is confirmed. Regarding the cousin of Gabby and Rafe Hernandez, Javi's introduction will reveal a fiery personality and bring some turbulence into their life, but hopefully a positive kind. According to teasers for other days, Chad DiMera's wrath will once more be directed toward Kat Green, also known as the phony Abigail DiMera. Although we know that Mark and Kat Green will both be exonerated in the upcoming episodes, Chad will want both of them to be subject to legal repercussions. Kat and Mark will be afraid for themselves, their siblings, and their captive mother, too, because they still have to worry about Clyde Weston's, James Reed, retaliation. Leo Stark will have a nightmare about Stephanie Johnson meeting a terrible end on Halloween. When Leo dreams about the romantic catastrophe between Stephanie and Alex Kyriakis, he will undoubtedly wake up in horror. In the meantime, Johnny DiMera will beg Chanel DiMera, who may give him another chance when Kate Roberts Brady encourages her to get past her husband's mistakes. Unfortunately, because Johnny apparently hit the covers with Joy Wesley, Chanel won't be aware of the biggest mistake of all. According to Days spoilers, Johnny and Joy will agree to keep quiet, but once Joy formally appears on Body and Soul, things will undoubtedly become complicated. Before Eric Brady returns to Paris, Holly Jonas will then pardon him. After speaking with Maggie Kyriakis, Holly hopes that Tate Black will also be open to letting go of the past. Unfortunately, Holly will approach Tate at the most inconvenient time. Just as Holly knocks on the door, Tate and Sophia Choi will be having a hot time in the bedroom. That might result in Holly finding the two of them together and going completely crazy as the week of November 4th to 8th begins. Given how swiftly Tate moved on with her former best friend, Holly might claim that she is putting an end to her relationship with him. It's easy to see Holly depending on Aaron Green shortly after, and he might do the same after learning more about Kat's plan with Mark and all of its implications. Though rescuing Catharina Melionis from Clyde's clutches may prove to be a persistent problem, Aaron and Felicity Green will eventually have to come to terms with the fact that both their mother and sister are still alive. Will Steve Johnson eventually assist with a rescue? In either event, the Green family is in for a lot more turbulence. Finally, Xander may be prepared to remove Philip permanently in exchange for the cure for paralysis after presenting Kristen with a lethal proposal. After all, that might pave the way for Kristen to take control of Titan, but our DOL predictions suggest that Sarah might stand in her way. Keep an eye out for conflict and tumultuous news over the next 2 weeks. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, both good and bad news are on the horizon for Gabby. Javi, her and Rafe's cousin, is making his Salem debut, which is wonderful news. The negative? Stefan is about to see his wife as Vivian arrives in town. Back in Salem, too? Philip. Additionally, he is not wasting any time in thwarting Xander's schemes. You can read more about it here. Kristen never misses a chance, and Brady's recent run of issues is exactly what she needs to try to get close to him. Spoilers for Tuesday, October 29th's episode of Days of Our Lives. With Steve informing Marlena of Kat and Mark's Clyde ties and Chad informing Julie that her relative has not returned from the dead, it's time to update our cherished Salemites on the Abigail drama. She will probably be overjoyed to find out that John wasn't really responsible for Catharina's death. Meanwhile, the Green siblings are understandably concerned about Clyde's fury because they have failed in their purpose. It's good to see that Holly is willing to forgive Eric, even if we knew this day would ultimately arrive. Spoilers for Wednesday, October 30th's episode of Days of Our Lives. As Kayla and Roman express their sympathy for the situation, the Abigail repercussions keeps reverberating across the town. Chad is going to be harsh with Kat, but is he threatening to put her in jail or is he just letting her know how he feels? Given that Brady is growing closer to Ava at the same time that she is attempting to win back his favor, we have a feeling Kristen will soon be furious. Oh no! Holly is urged by Maggie to pursue Tate. That's all well and good, but this is not going to work out because Sophia and Tate are acknowledging that they have feelings for one another. Someone had to experience a nightmare because it's Halloween in Salem, and it appears that Leo is this year's unlucky receiver. Explore this photo gallery featuring the most hilarious disguises and costumes from Days of This Lives. As they deal with the consequences of their on-set encounter, Alex and Stephanie are going to discover the hard way that it is never appropriate to combine business and pleasure. Additionally, Johnny might want to practice his groveling while he begs for forgiveness with Chanel. Given that Kate is employing Joy for body and soul, we assume Nancy's pressure was successful. Admire stunning pictures of Deidre Hall's most striking red carpet ensembles. Friday, November 1st. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. While she waits to hear from Tate, Holly is anxious. Is it too late or has she done too little? With Vivian plotting with Philip and Xander offering Kristen a deadly offer, it appears like Victor's sons are drawing lines in the sand as they battle over Titan. It's going to get ugly, I see. Given Johnny's recent behavior, will Chanel give him another chance? Kate is undoubtedly attempting to persuade her to do so. However, all might hinge on his ability to persuade Joy to keep a secret. See which Days of Our Lives stars were selected as the soap opera's longest-running actors by looking through our gallery below. Vivian Alamain is committed to keeping Stefan and Gabby DiMera away at all means, according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Gabby is disliked by Vivian, and she most definitely does not want her son to be with her. How is Vivian going to maintain their separation? Spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Vivian Alamain and Philip Kyriakis are collaborating. Our Lives Days. According to spoilers, Vivian is traveling to Salem in order to collaborate with Philip Kyriakis. Philip intends to have the entire Kyriakis pie because he wants his share. In the end, Xander Kyriakis intends to transfer Titan Industries to Kristen DiMera in order to use one of Dr. Rolf's serums. Victor Kyriakis wouldn't have given up the business to anyone, and Philip doesn't think his father should have left it to Xander. Philip is adamant about defying Victor's wishes and obtaining Titan for himself. Well, for himself and Vivian, who will most likely attempt to remove it from Philip in the end. Vivian Alamain has already attempted to turn to drugs, according to DOL spoilers. Vivian attempted to smuggle drugs via the firm when she arrived in Salem and stole Titan and Maggie's residence, but no one was willing to assist her. But Philip is simply too naive to do that. Will Philip attempt to assist Vivian in reviving the drug trade through Salem? Will Vivian and Philip succeed in getting themselves arrested as a result of their efforts? It had been years since Victor ran drugs through his business. After they went together, he assured Maggie Kyriakis that he would not do anything similar. For his heirs, Victor wanted his business to be legitimate. But Philip is a completely different matter. Philip doesn't care how he makes it, he is only interested in making money. Titan might be destroyed by Vivian and Philip. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Stefan DiMera is uncontrollable by Vivian Alamain. Stefan is uncontrollable and would not participate in their drug-running activities. Without a doubt, Vivian wants Stefan to avoid Gabby. In order to prevent Stefan and Gabby from getting back together, Vivian can have him abducted and taken elsewhere. It appears that Vivian always has a henchman nearby to assist with tasks. Brandon Barish will undoubtedly depart town in some way now that he has been dismissed. After pulling him out of town, Vivian would undoubtedly be the one to lock him up. Stefan is relieved that his mother won't bury him alive, but what will happen to him and where will she take him?